up, everybody? Welcome back to Sway Vlogs. Yes, it's time for another video. It's time for another amazing episode here at Sway Vlogs. Before we get started, thank you guys. We are over 3,000 subscribers here on this channel and over 400,000 views. Thank you.
We did it. We did it, Joe.
That's right, you guys. We did it. I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to the channel, everybody who has watched the video, everybody who shared the video, who's commented on the video. You guys, this is not possible if it wasn't for all of you who have subscribed to the channel. And remember, if you're new to the channel and you want to learn more about the lifestyle in Spain compared to the lifestyle in the US, from an American's point of view, living in this beautiful country, go ahead and click that subscribe button, hit the little bell to be notified when you receive the latest and the greatest. And also, if you found this video informative, share it with your friends. And if you're thinking about coming to Spain, I will hold off on that second just a moment because the borders are not open for you guys to come to Spain. So we'll get into that later on. But anyways, let's get to today's episode. You probably saw the title: why Spain is better than the US.
Give me a break.
Come on. Hey, enough with the interruptions. I'm trying to talk here. I'm trying to give some good details on why I think Spain is better than the US, because it is better than the US.
That's a bunch of malarkey.
Before we got rudely interrupted, I was saying, this is my own point of view. This is my own way of thinking on why Spain is better than the US. And I'm gonna touch on some subjects here. And no, I'm not bashing on the US. And no, I'm not saying that, oh, the US sucks, because I will make another video later on about why I think the US is better than Spain, but we'll get into that later. But I need to show to you guys why I think, in my own point of view, Spain is better than US. Now, we moved here in Spain back in 2017, March 2nd, actually March 3rd is when we actually arrived here in Spain. And we moved to the northwest part of Spain. You guys already know that. I'm not gonna get into the backstory of why we moved here. But we've been here for close to 4 years now, and we've loved it. We've enjoyed it. We've actually even had thoughts about making this our forever home. At the moment, it is still up in the air. We have not decided if we are gonna be here forever or not, but it is always an option. Now, let me tell you the pros of why I think Spain is better than the US. Number one, I've said in other videos, lifestyle. Lifestyle in Spain compared to the US, it is amazing. It is beyond your expectations. However, of course, I do want to make a little parenthesis in there, is that if you do have a job, pretty much this happens anywhere you go into the world. If you have a job, obviously your lifestyle will be a little bit more easygoing and more laid back here in Spain, because you have a job, you have something to provide to your family, provide to yourself, to maintain yourself. Because if you don't have a job, then you get stressed out, and then bills start piling up, and then you get all crazy, and your mental issues and everything, and it's not a good lifestyle. Again, so I just want to leave that there clear for you guys. If you have a job, then obviously you have a better lifestyle. Compared to the US, even if you have a job in the US, your lifestyle does not get better. You live to survive. You pretty much are a slave to your job. There's no such thing as 9 to 5. It's more like 9 to whenever you can get out, or come in whenever they call you in, and etc. And then therefore it's not a great lifestyle. You have no time for you. You have no time for your family. You have no time for your friends. You have no time for yourself to just do the things that you want to. Unless you obviously are an entrepreneur or a business person and you own your own business, you have your own manager or whatever, but we're not gonna get into that. So here in Spain, that's my number one thing I love about Spain, the lifestyle in Spain, the way you can just enjoy life and chill out and just lay back and just literally kick it. Go to work, after work, go get a coffee, go get a beer with your friends, go home and chill out, watch TV, go on a walk, go to the beach if it's a nice day, or even if it's not raining and it's still kind of cloudy and it's still kind of, windy or whatever, go out and go on a trail and go out to walk in the park or, the forest or etc., depending on where you live. Now, however, yes, if you live in a big city, life can be a little different, but even still in the big cities like Madrid, Barcelona, and if you mention any other city, you still have a pretty laid back lifestyle. You still be able to enjoy your life on, not compared to the US, where even if it's a small town, you'll still be stressed out. Believe me, I came from a small town and I was still stressed out. Anyways, that's one of the things I think about why Spain is, it's better than the US. The other thing is housing and rent. Yes, housing and rent here in Spain, in my point of view, is a lot cheaper and a lot more accessible than it is back in the States. I showed you guys last time a tour of the place we're living in. It's a 3-bedroom apartment and everything, and we pay less than 400 actually euros here to live in. And now, however, if you do live in a bigger city, you are going to end up paying more rent, because that's pretty much anywhere you go in the world, wherever you live. If it's a big city, you're going to end up paying more rent, because obviously more people want to live in that big city, so they up the prices of the living conditions in that place. But even still, you can find an apartment in Madrid, a really nice, decent apartment in Madrid, for about 500 to 600, maybe 800 euros. But again, if you have a good job that pays 1,200 to 1,500 euros, then you're good. If you have a job that doesn't pay you that much, then I would just not consider going into a apartment if it's that much for you. Even if it looks great and whatnot, just don't get yourself in that. It's as simple as that. So I think, in my point of view, that's completely different and better in the US, because an apartment in the US, a 3-bedroom apartment in the US where we used to live, is about $1,500 to $1,600. Right? And the minimum wage at home, I mean, we know what you can take in at home if you're both are working, probably is close to $5,000 or $6,000, or maybe less. What am I talking about? We're COVID-19 era now, so it's probably less. So yes, housing can be a little bit different. And I said it in the past before. If you are renting from an inmobiliaria or a real estate company, then they obviously have dates where you have to turn in your rent. And if you're late, sometimes you get a fee, or sometimes you don't get a fee. It depends on who you're renting from. But if you're renting from a private landlord, sometimes they will be really easy and chill and outgoing with you, and they will actually not pressure you to pay rent. And you can even be a month or 2 months at most, from what I heard from people here, late on your rent, and they will not be on your back pushing you to pay the rent. Obviously, after that, they start saying, hey, when it's rent coming in. But then again, we'll get into that in another video. So housing and rent is way better here in Spain than it is in the US. Now, the other thing that is better here in Spain than the US, and this is my point of view again, is food. Food here in Spain is amazing. Apart from being delicious, and apart from being just multicultural, because you have all different regions of Spain and you can try different foods, here in Spain everything is natural, less chemicals, organically grown, and just like everything here is just better, period. Where I live in the northwest part of Spain, you get your seafood fresh every single morning, delivered to the supermarkets. You get your produce fresh from the Saturday markets or the farmer markets here, or even at the stores. You get the produce fresh. You get when you go to restaurants, the food is fresh. It's not some frozen, thawed out food that they put in the microwave or whatever. It's like literally fresh food that you eat. Also, like if you buy vegetables or if you buy fruits, I was talking to a friend a couple days ago about buying bananas and like on Monday, and by Wednesday they already have black spots, or they're already you have to eat them really quick because they'll go bad soon, because they don't have that much chemicals as compared back to the US. So here in Spain, food is amazing. Wherever you go in Spain, you're gonna find a different style of food, different style of cooking, different style of ingredients that they use on their plates and stuff, and you are going to indulge in so many different dishes in so many different regions and enjoy the food itself. So in my point of view, that's another thing that I like about the US. Yes, the US has a lot of multicultural, places, and you can try Mexican, Chinese, Italian, Russian, whatever foods. But what I'm talking about is that here everything is locally produced and organically grown and less chemicals, and it's just more fresher, and it's just like, I don't know, I just feel like food here is just more enjoyable. Even the bakeries, even the pastries, like everything is just more enjoyable here in Spain, and that's why I think, in my point of view, food here in Spain is a little bit better than back in the States. The other thing is friendliness here in Spain, tied in with if you have kids. Now, if you have kids, and I'm talking about kids of the age below 12 or 13, or even 14, 15 here in Spain, it is a great place to have kids. Before COVID-19, obviously we are living in a COVID-19 era, so before COVID-19, the parks were packed with kids. You took your kids out after school, and the parks were packed with different kids playing, football, scooters, skateboard, bicycles, on the swings, on the slides, where you name it, and you will have kids befriending your kids, even if they never met them before, playing tag, playing football, playing whatever, and then eventually, as I was tying it in, like I said, friendless and having a kid, eventually the parents of the kid will see who your kid is, and they will come over and talk to you and say, hey, how's it going? My name is so-and-so, that's my kid, that's your kid, okay, cool. And then you all of a sudden, you start talking to somebody you never ever met, but you all of a sudden, you start talking to them about life and, the place. And then if you mention that you're from the US or from another part of Spain, or not from Spain, but from another part of the world, they start even asking more questions, and they want to get to know you more and stuff. And that's how we made friends here in Spain, just by having our kids go to the park, meeting their kids, or even going to the same school. The parents will become friends with us. But not only that, but if you go to the store, to the restaurants, to pretty much anywhere, you will find people that are friendly to you. However, yes, there is people that are not friendly to you, but we're not going to get into that. Friendliness here in Spain, I think, is more, you can find it more easily than you can find it back in the States, in my point of view, again. And if you have kids, it is just a great place to raise your kids. Now, I emphasize kids because once you get into the teenage years, then teenagers kind of get a little bit rowdy and kind of crazy. The legal age here to drink is 18. The legal age to smoke is 18. And so you can kind of get an idea already that even before the age of 18, kids are already starting to drink, and they're already starting to smoke, and they're already starting to hang out with the wrong crowd. But then again, that happens anywhere, right? But that's why I emphasize on, if you have kids, this is the best place to have them grow up. That's why I'm still here, because I love my kids. I love watching them grow up without having to be on their phone or their tablet or their Nintendo Switch 24/7. For me to take them out to the park, to have them ride their bike or ride their scooter, to play football with their friends, even if it's COVID-19, we've actually been taking some precautions. But even still then, I love the fact that they are still able to enjoy their childhood and live as a child. I love that. The other thing, the last thing that I wanted to drop off here, and I wanted to leave with you guys, in the number one thing, I think Spain is better than the US. And hate me if you want to for me for saying this, but healthcare in Spain is free. Now, I wrote this down, so I'm gonna read to you real quick. So I don't want you guys to be like, "Oh, you're giving us, wrong information." Blah 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 blah. No, I'm gonna read this to you real quick. But I have it here right now. Once you register as a resident here in Spain, you can get access to free medical care. As European citizens, this is not usual for us, now that I live here, but to many people who come from the US, it is unusual, because you know how the healthcare system works in the US and how much of a headache it is. And I'm not gonna get into it, but here in Spain, healthcare is free. Now, I can get into details and everything and why it's free and why it's, why I think it's better and stuff like that, but I'm not really gonna get into it. I'll make another video just about healthcare here in Spain in another day here on Sway Vlogs. But I just want to leave it like that. You won't find free healthcare in the US. I want you to name me in the comments, where in the US is there free healthcare? Here in Spain, wherever you go, even if I live here in Spain, but here in Galicia, and I travel all the way to Andalusia or Madrid or Barcelona, and I get hurt, God forbid I don't get hurt, but if I do get hurt or something while I'm traveling, I can go to the hospital over there, they'll attend me, they'll see me, whatever's gonna happen. I'll come back home and I won't have to worry about having a bill here, because it's taken care of. So yes, healthcare here in Spain is completely free, and I think that is amazing. I think that is great. I think that the US should bring that in, but then, it's the US. I'm not even gonna get into that. But anyways, you guys, I love living here in Spain, as you can tell. And I'm gonna keep saying, I think, in my point of view, this is why Spain is better than the US. Now, if you are living in the US, you're probably thinking, my man, a bunch of malarkey, but you're saying all this stuff and everything. You think this is lame, why are you saying this stuff? I have lived here for 4 years, and I've seen a completely huge change on my life, on my family, on my married life, on my just environment altogether. Also, another thing that I wanted to just throw in right there real quick, mental health. Everybody talks about mental health, but literally living here in Spain has helped a lot of people in their mental health to get better. Because in the US, you can be taking medications, but if you are always, surrounded by that toxic environment of work and work and this and that and bills and all that stuff, eventually it's going to get the better of you, and you're going to end up in depression or anxiety or etc. and on medication and stuff, and it's not good for you. Here in Spain, at least you have that free time to take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, have more me time, so you can better yourself, love yourself, and actually grow yourself, and grow that person that you want to be in, and also be able to enjoy life. So I think in that point of view, mental health here in Spain is better, and when it comes to that point, than back in the States. Now, with that being said, you guys, if you found today's video informative, if you liked it, go ahead and share it with your friends. Like, just go ahead and click that little share button, share it to your friends, share it on your social media, leave a like if you liked it, leave a comment on what you didn't like or what you did like, or if you want to add anything else to the conversation. Also, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button, follow me here, follow me on all my social media. Also, follow me on Twitch. I'll be streaming there, so you guys can follow me there as well. But you guys, I'm happy to be making videos for you guys. I'm happy that you guys watch them, and I'm happy that you guys share with your friends. I'm happy you guys are here, and I'm happy that we're over 3,000 and we're on a road to 5,000. I'm happy that we're one big family. Whether you are in wherever part of the world you're in, I'm happy you're here. And just to let you guys know, I will be back here soon with another video next week on Sway Vlogs. Enjoy your weekend. I'm out.